Hey, real quick. Hey, real quick, we back at it. Like I say, I have to start every video I do like this giving shout out to Karomo. You know, great interviewer, great show. I love the conversation, the dialogue, the back and forth, the educational moments, the life development moments. But we're gonna tap in, man. You know, I ain't gonna talk y'all head off. But like I say, man, 365 never ending fight. It's an everyday battle to be your best self. Gotta say that. Let's tap in.
Dwayne.
I know him since I was 14.
14.
But this go round, we've been together for 10 years.
10
straight.
years, got it. 10 years together, but knowing each other since 14.
Yes.
And how was your intimacy when you first started dating?
It was excellent. Doing it in the cars,
Ooh.
you know, no filters.
Okay.
Since time went on, so did it.
Oh, so you're saying the intimacy went away?
Yeah.
What? So you two got, I know you've been together for 10 years. When did you get engaged?
We got engaged 2016,
Engaged.
17.
Okay. And did Dwayne cheat on you before?
Yes,
you got married?
Yeah.
Okay.
When he went to jail, I found out he cheated on me
Okay.
and had a baby.
Ooh.
So when he came home from jail, a family member sent me a picture of the child. So I called him because he wasn't working yet. He had my vehicle. I said, I need you to come to my job. It's an emergency.
Yes.
So he came. I told him to get in the passenger seat. I got in the driver's seat. I said, who is this? He put his head down. I said, who is this? I ain't gonna lie, I punched him in the face.
Ooh.
I did.
Wow.
I did. It was out of anger.
Let me stop it there. Like I say, once again, shout out to Karomo, right? But one thing I want to say is that was very toxic. She said she punched him in the face and the audience clapped. Let me repeat that. She said she punched him in the face and the audience clapped. And that's flipped the script, right? She punched him in the face because she had a baby on. He had a baby on her. Let's flip it. What if she had a baby on him? Then he punched her in her face. Will they still clap? I just wanted to point that out. I ain't gonna dwell. I just want to point that out because we all know the answer to that. But let's go.
So a lot go down in the car with y'all. Y'all having sex in the car? Y'all fighting in the car? Okay. Did you give him an ultimatum regarding the child at that time?
Yeah, I did. I told him that since this ain't the first child you had on me, this is going to be the last.
Hold on, so he had multiple children while
He
y'all were
had 5
together.
kids on me already.
5 kids. I wonder what drives her bus. Because it damn sure ain't love and respect. Gotta be sex. Because she spoke highly of the sexual activity that she had with him in the beginning. Right? So if somebody have 5 babies on you, what is it about that man that keep you dealing with the disrespect on an everyday basis? If you ask me, some people don't believe when I say it, it's sex. She spoke highly of the sex. Did you see what she say? We used to do it everywhere, right? Like 112 used to say, do it anywhere. Got to say that.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Over the 10 years that y'all been together?
That we was together,
Okay.
yes.
Did you two have any kids together?
No.
No kids together?
No kids together.
And what happened in 2018 when you noticed a change in the way?
2018, I'll say maybe August, September. We had trauma happen to one of my stepdaughters, and
Okay.
Unfortunately, she went to jail, so that hurted him. November 2018, I had double pneumonia and RSV. I died and came back.
Oh my gosh. So glad you're
Yeah.
here.
In 21, unfortunately, once again, we had another traumatic issue happen. My stepson committed suicide.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My husband cleaned up his blood.
So your husband had to be the one to handle that. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No. You're okay. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that. Gives me context.
So once that happened, my husband hasn't been the same. And of course, losing a child like that, who would? So then that's when the intimacy really just went away. I was heavier than, I was 368. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe my weight also had to play a part of why he's not touching me. So last year in May, I ended up getting gastric bypass and lost 140 pounds.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Well, you're beautiful then. You're still beautiful now as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So you had the surgery to get yourself to feeling a little bit better.
yes.
And the intimacy still is not good.
No. One day while he was at work, I decided to put on this little negligee, and he comes in the door and he's like, "What do you got on?" And I'm like, "What do I have on?" Okay, well, let me change up out of this.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah. Do you think he's attracted to you?
he did tell me he wasn't sexually attracted to me. He did.
When did he say that?
He said it several times.
And what did he say his reason was?
He said it's because of my mouth. But I'm a Scorpio. We just don't take no bull crap. That's what it is. Well,
No accountability. Let me start there. No accountability. Because she's a Scorpio gives her the right of not learning how to articulate herself to her man. Right? I know, and this is not a gender thing, it's a people thing. Right? Yeah, we talking about a man not having sex with his woman, but women do this. It go both ways. Right? People don't understand how tone matters. Right? Tone really matters. Right? You cannot give a pass to disrespect because your zodiac sign. And once again, the audience clapped. Right? They praising this. Right? But let that would have been a man, his tongue sharp, and cut her with the tongue, and everybody be like, "Oh, you know, he dirty, he abusive, he controlling, he disrespectful." But when she do it, she get applauded by other toxic people in the audience who agree with that ideology, but not understanding that tone matters, right? Because that's peep game. I ain't gonna dwell.
we don't take no bull crap. We don't bite our tongue, and we speak what's on our mind. We don't think before we speak it.
That's not true. Toxic people don't think before they speak. Right? Because I'm going to tell you something. In the beginning, I guarantee she thought before she spoke. That's the only way she was getting all the sex in the car, how she was getting it. Because if that's the case, walk up and you greet that person, male or female, you greet that person with that sharp tongue and see what it gets you. See, people know how to treat you. What it is, they bring a representative like they're in a job interview and put their best foot forward. They get what they want. It's the famous quote, use what you got to get what you want. So, but now since that relationship is old, right? 10 years, sex stopped. She don't understand tone matters and they clapping. So everybody that clapped in that audience, Karomo, check them. Got to say that because we know tone matters. I know you know it, Karomo. Got to say that.
You ain't
And
gotta tell me that's why they gave me a talk show.
that part. That part. So, I mean, I'm not going to bite my tongue.
But does he? But
You see his face? You see how he did the sarcastic? You gotta tell me. That's why they gave me a talk show. But look at his face. I guarantee he doubled back before this over with about that tongue and that tone.
does he discuss his feelings with you in all sincerity?
No, I discuss my feelings all the time. I tell him all the time, I like sex. My okay,
I don't think I'm that grown for hearing that.
but I don't know. Look, I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
You got me blushing, girl. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. Once again, I'm gonna keep reiterating this, right? In her mind, it sounds cool, right? But this is why I tell a lot of young cats, and this is just on some real deal Holyfield. A lot of older women, especially older women with money, all they want is sex. Some of them, more often than not. Right? So she's talking how horny she is, and the crowd prays. Right? But she's not horny enough to govern her tongue. You can't be that horny. Right? Something didn't shift in your relationship. You could have been the weight. Could be the weight. Right? You lost a lot of weight. Depend on what, what the body looking like when the weight dropped, how you lost it, did you work out with it, etc. Or the respect. Men gotta have respect over sex, especially as we get older. Right? It tells me that she's used to toxic situations. She's used to having somebody to disrespect her, boom, and then add sex in later on that night. That's my, hypothesis. Right? She is used to being in toxic situations and then have sex like nothing never happened. That's a naive person, right? But, guess what? The audience clapped again. Hey, knock yourself out. If it worked for you, it worked for you. I know a lot of people like that.
Okay, so I hear that. Well, everyone, it's time to meet Dwayne and hear his side of the story. So everyone, welcome Dwayne to the show.
Let's see what Dwayne got to say.
Nice to meet you, Dwayne.
Amazon.
Nice to meet you, sir. You too. Yeah, thanks for being here. All right. So, Dwayne, I got to ask you, how do you feel about what she just said? She said a lot out here. She had me blushing, okay?
I was back there listening to it, and, she's right about a lot of stuff.
Are you attracted to her?
I am, and there's a lot of times that gets pushed away.
Got it.
Like she said, she's an attractive woman. I lucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't show me that I'm attractive.
I used to. Up until what point? We here now. Let's say it.
What is it?
They need to understand too.
When his son committed suicide.
Okay. I figured that.
Well, it's not just that.
Right. Then what else is it?
Well, I lost a cousin the same year that was like my brother.
Yeah, you did.
I had a kid that's doing 20 to 40 that we never would have expected that, and she went at 21. You almost lost your life.
Right.
I can't just get over it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I can't
please.
just get over it. Like, I don't tell her about nightmares that I have, cleaning up my son's blood. That's not getting me to intimacy. But nobody's going to understand it because I'm not always talking about it or bringing that to the table.
Right, and that's why I always tell you, babe, talk about it. You have to release it because it's causing a problem in our marriage. You holding all of this in is taken away from me, and I tell you this all the time, babe.
I understand what you're saying, but the majority that I hear it from you is why we're under the influence and it's an argument and now it's a story.
Because the only time I feel like I can really express myself is under the influence.
I understand that.
You don't hear me any other time.
But you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I understand what you're saying.
But do you realize the reason why I be so bitchy is because I'm not getting Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So if you understand that and you say it's my mouth, why don't you just give me to shut me up?
I did that already.
One time. It has to be consistent.
Listen,
it can't
I
just
have
be
done
one
that.
time.
Listen, I have done that.
When, babe?
The times that you don't remember, which is why I'm tired of doing that. I shouldn't have to do that.
But you watch his porn, though.
I do, and I can sum it up in 2 minutes without hearing all the extra.
You can sum it up with 2 minutes with me, too. What do you mean?
I could, but I can't.
Really, babe?
I can't get you to just stop for a second. That's why we're here. We want to move forward. That's why I was willing to do this, because he's not going to judge us. I've watched him on TV, not as much as you, so I'm okay with that. But there's a lot of times where you can't censor me, you can't mute me.
I don't try to.
You have done that, and when I tell you, just can I make you be quiet, under the influence or not? Do you just stop?
No.
Okay, so
I'm frustrated.
So.
No accountability at its finest. A little bit of delusional too. She don't understand, man, that mouth. Speaking from that man on that couch perspective, right? I have experienced that multiple times. Probably why I'm single now, right? Even the trauma part, right? Because men have trauma, but we can't lead without trauma. We can't say, well, you triggering me and you and I don't want to have sex because, I got this on my mind. That means nothing. Men don't have that privilege. Sad to say, it would be lovely to find a relationship one day, and there's probably men out there who have a woman like that. And I take my hat off to that man and to that woman for lending that man his ear. Because if a man could be vulnerable with his woman, oh, you locked in. But when this tongue get to flapping, oh man, men shut down. Because what's the purpose? I'd rather be quiet and have peace than try to communicate with you and it blow up because you have an excuse. Well, I ain't had no sex in a while. Well, I'm frustrated. Men get frustrated too. Women hold out on sex all the time. They use it as a weapon. They use it as a bargaining tool. But if a man kick and scream through frustration of lack of intimacy, lack of sex, right? It doesn't matter. Now you controlling me. You are bullying me. You trying to force me. You trying to make me. You hear all these adjectives, right? But, let's see. Let's see what they talking about.
I'm tired.
So am I.
Okay, so what do we want to do to fix this?
Well, that's why we're here, to move forward, to fix it. That's why we're here.
Listen, you said something.
Pay attention.
Antoinette, you said you don't hear me any other time than when we're drinking. And what I'm realizing a pattern of is, do you hear him?
No.
Are you truly hearing your husband? Because
No.
I can tell you this. I can tell you in this short amount of time, I can hear him. And I hear what he's saying to you.
Of course you can.
I hear him saying that I do love you, I'm attracted to you, but right now, I don't know how to process all my emotions. I don't know how to talk about it. I also want to be with you, but when we connect, I feel pressure. I feel all these things. Please tell me if I'm hitting it right there.
Yeah, you're hitting it. Because like she said,
with you with everything,
Okay,
baby. You
well-
don't open up with anything.
okay, so I had a baby
Don't
with you,
feel
right?
safe.
Quite a few.
Okay, but did you communicate and tell me that you had cheated?
Yeah, I did.
Well, after my truth.
No, you didn't tell me your truth. My family member told me your truth. No, you did not.
Listen, calm
you
down.
had the chance to
Listen,
no,
listen,
don't
listen.
tell me to calm
No,
down.
listen
Dwayne.
to what I'm saying.
Listen to what I'm saying because you're telling me you told me.
I
You
didn't
did
tell
not
you. I didn't
me.
tell you.
You did just say that.
You won't stop and let me rectify. You was told. Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike told you.
I should have heard it from you though.
Okay, I didn't.
I shouldn't have heard it from anybody else. When
You're
that
not
baby
letting
was
me.
born,
You're not
you should have
letting me
told
get the
then.
message out today. You're still stuck there, and I'm still stuck there. So moving forward, you was told. I would not have known what was going on with you cheating until that truth came about, right or wrong.
Right.
So you was going to take
Cats
that
are
to the.
sneakier than dogs. We get away with it.
Okay, so I had a
You was
baby
in
out the
jail.
situation.
I tell guys every time. Women do it better than men. Right? You heard what she say? Cats sneakier than dogs. We get away with it every time. I just had a situation like that. Right? Woman been cheating. This is why I say, man, I'm gonna give the young homie some advice. If you want to know if somebody's cheating, watch how they speak to you. You don't have to ask. You don't have to do none of that. If you want to know if somebody living foul, if you want to know your man, this is to you. If you want to know if you living foul, if your lady is living foul, watch how she speak to you. Watch the transition of the tongue, how it goes from you know, happy, great conversation, great dialogue to total disrespect all of a sudden. I always say, how far do a person fall from when you first met them? People will change, but when you stop recognizing who you laying next to, 9 times out of 10, it's hard for some women to be nice to 2 men. Somebody got to get the disrespect. Somebody got to get the attitude. Right? 9 times out of 10. It don't fit across the board because you can't never say all. But it's a population out there. Please believe me, I know. Got to say that.
That made it be worse than what it was. But if you was a woman that was able to get pregnant, and if you would have, then what?
Okay, then there probably would have been 2 kids, but I
Okay.
couldn't have kids.
Okay, so let's back it up.
Did y'all really ever heal from you being in jail and you finding out he cheated? Did y'all ever really heal from that?
No, because I don't even like talking about the situation. That child don't exist. Nothing,
Boom. There
nothing
we
to
go.
that nature.
Got it.
So no.
So that child is here, and you can't even talk to her about that child.
No,
No.
Got it.
not even allowed to mention the name or anything.
Got it. Got it.
It don't exist.
But I'm
why
asking
you
now in
stay?
the context of communication, how can you ever have healthy and honest communication
Right.
if you can't even talk about the thing that broke y'all in the first place?
Right. Once again, this is what I'm saying. Delusional. And we speaking from a man, this situation we looking at, because we know this is, you know, this is not a gender thing, it's a people thing, but today it's they thing, right? Delusional. You want to have a real conversation, but we can't have a real conversation, right? You know why? Because all she wanted is some sex. That's what's driving her bus. Sex is driving her bus, not respect, not love, right? Not loyalty. Sex. She cheated, right? For her own personal reasons, because he had babies on her. You know, hey, to each his own. Hey, tit for a tat. Some people play that game. Me personally, I'd rather leave. Because if you cheat on me, or if I think you cheating, once I see it, now I got to detach. And I'm going to move out. Because I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to be blowing private fumes in my face. That's what you're not going to do. Because a woman will play a dirty game and come home and kiss you in your mouth. I'm trying to tell you. Got to say that. But let me finish that. Like I say, it's not a gender thing. It's a people thing. People nasty. Tap in.
Well,
Because I'm going to tell you, this is why when you talk about intimacy years later, why y'all can't talk about it and when y'all can't see eye to eye, is y'all can't even talk about the one thing that broke the intimacy, really.
that's only because
Excuse.
I gave him an ultimatum. I said, it's either me or you can go be a father.
Where's your child at? Where's that child at?
I don't know.
Do you know where the child is?
No.
Communication.
That's all he needs to do.
Okay. Okay.
I don't.
What? Oh my God. You let a woman give you an ultimatum of cutting off your seed or staying with her. What type of man is you? Because I'm going to tell you something. Cheat or no cheat. If I bring some DNA on this planet, I don't care what you talking about. He in the house too. You still here. He coming on. He or she, that child coming over here with me. Because you got options. Stay or leave. Got to say that. So this, no. I done lost a lot of respect already for old boy. Because your decisions of you cheating on that woman, having a baby on that woman made you disown the child that you created. I didn't seen that before. You'd be surprised how often this happens. There's somebody laying next to somebody right now, got a child that they tiptoe on their old lady on, that they don't even deal with. It's amazing. Your DNA growing wild in the hood because you're trying to please a woman because you made a mistake. Own your mistake, take it on the chin, and go be the best father you can be to them kids you created. Right? He just said she couldn't have kids for whatever reason. Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason. So he wanted to have his own kids. So that's the price you pay when you got somebody who can't have kids and that man want kids, or vice versa. If the woman wanted kids and the man couldn't have kids, what you think she gonna do? She gonna go out and create? Man, you don't never retire your DNA for nobody, man or woman. I don't care what it is. Got to say that.
Oh, no. Eventually, later on down the line, it's probably going to come back to bite me.
You can't force a woman to get an abortion. You can't force nobody who give you money for their abortion to be a father. That's something they didn't want. You wanted that kid.
Yeah.
So now you take care of it.
I disagree.
Thank you.
I don't.
Well,
You see the toxicity in that? I'm gonna keep it a buck. She for the streets. She like sex over common sense. Sex mean more to her than logic. It's people that walk this planet like that, and you often can see it. I don't want to, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, well, he ain't this and he ain't that, but the sex good." Oh, he violent, he domestic, but the sex good. She gonna see. This is how women with that mind frame are easily to be manipulated by the penis. And as men, we are hunters. We can smell it. Long as she getting sex 2 to 3 times a week, she gonna come off every dollar bill she's sitting on. She gonna co-sign. She gonna buy. She gonna sell. She gonna take, lie, and steal, long as you giving her some real deal sexual activity at least 3 days out the week. She likes sex over logic, sex over peace, sex over common sense. That's just what it is. That's what floats her boat. Nothing wrong with it. But me personally, she's not the relationship type. She one of the ones you meet at the bar, buy a drink, go to the crib, knock quarters out of her, and holler at her later. It's just what it is. Got to say that. Tap in.
I feel as though later on down the line, that's just going to come back and...
It's definitely going to come back. It's
It
definitely going
is.
to come back.
On some suckers.
I got
And
the
I'm
receipts in my phone. I said I'll show the little girl.
But
This
it's,
is everything.
she's not going to care about those receipts.
Right.
The truth is the truth.
The truth of the matter is that she's going to know that her father was not there for her.
Her father,
And
he
that-
never wanted her.
Okay, hold on.
No.
I'm not.
Let me stop. I'm getting emotional. Getting emotional. The fact that she can't have kids make her so cutthroat. The fact that she can't have kids makes it hard for her to attach herself to anything that's real. My personal opinion, allegedly. That's how I feel. I could be wrong. It's 2 left shoes. Tell me, he didn't want her. Yes, he did want her. He wanted her because he didn't go up in there with a condom. So he wanted her. And that's real deal Holyfield. And you salty because you can't have a baby by him and all the other women are. Man, when I tell you, my son asked me a long time ago, he said, Daddy, man, why, hold on, I did the little kid voice. He a grown man now, he's 27. He said, Daddy, when you talk, a lot of things come back to a woman. I said, yes, because the woman is the other side of the coin. If she went the other side of the coin, you wouldn't hear it. Right? Women, it's a population of women that would bring down an empire. It's in the Bible. You ever heard the Jezebel spirit? It's a lot of women walking this planet with that. Right? And of course, we can't say all women because I'll be a bold-faced lie. I'll be wrong as 2 left shoes. But there is a population that walk this planet. And men, we know who they are. We experienced them. And they know how to disguise themselves. Believe me, I just came up out of one of them relationships. When I tell you, landmine, watch where you step. Because it might be your last step. Got to say that. Especially if you can't control your emotions, man. Tap in.
I'm not going to debate you on this. I'm not going to debate you.
I'm just
You
trying
can
to get
say
an
this
understanding. How could you do that? Where's the in between?
So this is the unfortunate part. Is
Damn,
the
she
logic
retarded.
for us as adults is
Right.
sounds like, oh, you can't force a person to be a parent, but that little girl has no idea of any of this. All that little girl
Thank you.
knows is that I was not wanted.
Thank you.
All that little girl knows is that there's a woman who told my father I
Thank
shouldn't
you.
be around him. And I know you're looking at it from
Thank
the
you.
mother's point of view, but I would implore you to look at it from this little girl's point of view.
Man, clap for that. Yeah, you're silly, man.
And I would implore you to look at it from this little girl's point of view, because that will help the healing for you. Because yes, I know you're mad at the choice your man made. I know you're mad at the choice that this other woman made.
Preach.
But there's a little girl here that
Preach.
literally has nothing to do with this. And I know that that is not to say it trumps your pain, but I want you to know is that until you start to heal from that, the communication and intimacy issues you have still to this day
Thank you.
are always going to keep getting worse and
Thank
worse.
you. Woo.
What we don't realize is that when we talk about communication and intimacy, it's like a tumbleweed. It starts as one little thing and just keeps getting bigger,
Yes.
and little pieces keep getting attached. That all of the
Yes.
same thing, and we don't realize it until it's so big that now you're years later in the house saying we drinking and we don't even want to have sex. He doesn't touch me. He doesn't do anything to me. Well, y'all have been communicating about your real stuff since day one. I need both of y'all to give one thing that you need, and I need y'all to hear each other without any defense or talking about it. And that's what y'all use as the first step. I'm gonna help y'all clean up with the first step so y'all can get home and start to communicate, but also have the intimacy. So what do you need? I'm gonna have you go first because you haven't been heard.
Before he tap into Karamo, that was a good one, brother. That was a good one. You put it in there, shoe fit, they better tie it up. You put it in there, who it hit. I hope it fell on both of them. But I'm gonna tell you something for us him. Sex drive his bus. You got two people who driven by sex. One more than the other. Hers is very at an all-time high. He out here playing Russian roulette with a pistol. But when the bullet go off, he's not responsible where the bullet hit. Right? When the gun go off, he's not responsible where the bullet land. And the damage of the bullet. Right? AKA his semen, his nut, his baby maker. Right? And he allowed another woman, because he chose to cheat, to prove to her that woman didn't mean things. She was a one-night stand or whatever the case may be. I'm going to cut the baby off. Make me wonder how they was raised. Made me wonder what their childhood was like. Because it's common sense and it's logic that the child doesn't have nothing to do with what's going on. But the fact of the matter is, why you don't know that as a grown man and woman? What's clouding your mind? I know it's clouding her mind. Sex. She trying to skeet and bust something. Right? That's what she working with. But what clouds that man's mind? I'm curious. I want to do she support him financially? For somebody to come and tell you, I don't want you to see that daughter you had, and he didn't want her anyway. Is she supporting you financially? She buying your weed? She buying your liquor, nigga? She paying your car note? She co-signing for you or something? What's she doing? I'm curious, right? But it makes me wonder for that woman. What was her father? Do she really like men? I'm telling you, man. The trauma is deep. That's why you gotta watch who you connect with. Watch who you reproduce with. Watch where you plant your soil, your seed in that soil. Because everybody ain't meant to carry your seed, and you ain't meant to put your seed in everybody. You gotta say that.
I just need you to listen to me. I really just need some understanding. I'm not always right.
So the thing is that you want to be heard and she wants to be seen. That's the basis of it.
Right.
That is the base of this. Mm-hmm. Say to your wife, I want to be heard.
I want to be heard.
Say to your husband, I want to be seen.
I want to be seen.
So we can be heard and be seen together without it being friction.
Because we're
This-
most of you.
Yeah.
Remember how big I was?
Yeah, I remember.
Who
that.
wouldn't want this?
I never said I didn't want it. I never said I didn't want it.
Act like you want it, babe.
So that's what she wants. When she just stood up with there, that wasn't about sex. You said, yeah, who wouldn't want it? What she wants you to
look
say
good, babe.
is, you look sexy. That's what she wants. So like I said, you want to be heard, she wants to be seen. So if you would have said right there, you look sexy, you look beautiful. You get it now? You get it. You got it. Okay.
And I need work on that. I didn't ever have that to know that, or for somebody else.
Got it. But you got it now.
I get it.
You got it now.
I get it. And,
You got
and
it.
those little words do mean a lot, but sometimes I need
forget.
to get. I do forget.
Yeah.
I don't really be trying to just be stuck in it.
Good.
Like my son that passed away, he wouldn't want me to be stuck in it. So that's why I tried to move past it.
Yeah. But did you hear that? He said he got it. How do you feel about that?
I feel good.
You feel good? It's gonna take some work. So this is not just an all be all fix right here. It's the
Right.
first step. But at least he heard it. So the next time y'all get into this situation where you feel like, I'm giving you the mantra y'all gonna use, where you feel like, baby, I want intimacy, which really means you want to be seen. You say, baby, see me right now. That's gonna be your cue to say, you look good. You look sexy. Give her a caress. Just know it's not always gonna lead to sex because he needs to be heard.
They don't need that.
I know. I'm agreeing with you. I'm giving the tools so you can work it out. So when he says that, you know, oh, he's touching, you feel seen. But then when he says he needs to be heard, that's when you got to shut down everything you're doing. That means even if you drinking, which we got to talk about the drinking issue too, but that's another show. There's a lot of compound issue I was writing down on this paper. When he says I need to be heard, that means you say, okay, let me listen to what my baby got to say. This right now, he needs to pour himself out. That's what's going to work y'all out, all right? First step. It's the first step.
I like that. So I'm gonna do my little recap, Karamo. I like how he said he want to be heard, she want to be seen, right? And the lack of sex and the lack of being heard pulled them apart, right? How she stood up and you know what he should have said. Okay, baby, you sexy. Smack her on the little booty. You know what I mean? Tell her, go, girl. Okay, gotta say that. Like, you know what I mean? Tell her she's sexy, you know what I mean? How she make you feel, etc. Right? As a man, it take a long time for men. It take a long time for some men to have the confidence to speak their true heart, because most men was taught to be mutes as a boy. Right? Because when a man speaks his feelings and his emotions, it's looked at as soft, or this new term of terminology, tender, D-I-C-K. Right? But in reality, it's not. It's a man who's trying to articulate himself in the best way he know how to get everything that's off his chest so we can move forward to our next chapter of this relationship. Right? So he's heard, turns into more sex. Right? Right? More sex, more sex, hopefully would turn into her listening more. But in order to get to that more sex part, go back to the beginning when y'all was listening to each other and giving out hella compliments. Right? But Karamo, you did your thing, brother, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with this slogan, man. The fight of your life, it takes some coaching, man. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell me if I'm tripping. I could take a chin shot. Got to say that. If I'm tripping, if I'm biased, if I'm speaking from my scar tissue, got to say that, my kilo of emotions, right? If I'm detoxing my emotional baggage, let me know. Tell me how you feel. I could take it. We can have a conversation. Got to say that. But hey, more power to them folks, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with my slogan: the fight of life, it takes some coaching, man. Keep swinging. Yeah.